So guys, we're in my new shop. I don't have lighting up yet, I don't have a lot of things going on, so Matt and I have both been busy with moves. I've been scraping a ton of wallpaper, which doesn't make good YouTube content, and traveling to actually pay the bills and buy cool toys. So I'm going to do a little short series on how I first got into making knives. Run a process called stock removal. There's other guys out there that do it, I'm sure, that probably know how to do it better than I do. So I've got this old saw blade. I don't even know where this came from. It was given to me, I think, from my grandpa. As you can see, there's been a handful full of knives cut out of it already. We're going to cut another one out. I don't even have space. I don't know how much of the background you can see behind me, but I don't even have space to fire up the torch safely. So we're going to cut it out with an angle grinder. I've done that before. So what we've got, and I'll take you through the process. I have designed, let me get my tracing paper off. I've designed two knives. Hope you can see that. If not, I'll put pictures in. That I want to make out of that, some stock removal. Hopefully these go to one of the craft shows that we plan on going to. So I'll bring you along, but the steps are I'm going to transfer it over on transfer paper from this to the paper and then to a piece of cardboard. Put the cardboard on the saw blade, and I do that for a couple of reasons. Just in case the knife turns out well and I ever want to make it again, I've got a cardboard cutout. It's a little more rigid than the piece of paper, and then I put it in a filing system and file them all away. Maybe I never make it again, maybe I do, but I've got the template if I decide to. So I'll bring you along with tracing that onto a piece of cardboard or onto a piece of paper, piece of cardboard, whatever. And then we'll get this cut out with an angle grinder, and I'll show you how to practice heat treating and figure out how the steel needs to heat treat. But like I said, I'll break this up into some shorter videos. So today we're just going to cut it out and kind of do an intro to making a little knife at home. Stick around, guys. Alright guys, hopefully you can see what I'm doing. What looks like I'm doing, and the camera's totally backwards, so it makes it challenging. So first thing we're going to do is we're just going to trace the outline for my knife. I normally like to have a good sharp pencil, but this shop's such a disaster. Can't even find my good pencil sharpener. So this isn't super critical. Obviously I just drew up the knife, so it's just out of my head. It's not like I'm trying to match anything. Anything like that. And you'll cut it big anyways, and then refine it down to shape with your grinder. Sometimes I'll put some lines in just so I know on my template if I've got something I want to do in particular. Like this one, I'm going to try to put a follower mark in it, and this hole back here, just kind of rough ballparks. So there's that one. Go ahead and do the other one real quick.
I don't know if I like this knife the way it's turn out or not, but kind of a cleaver kitchen design. Anyway, so there's that one. Need the knife bevel in there, but sometimes it helps.
But I'm doing it later. So there's that one. Alright, now we're going to get transferred over to cardboard. Okay. I had a ton of cardboard the other place, and when I moved I didn't want to bring it with me, so it didn't make the travel. I had to cut pieces off of a box of coal actually to be able to do this. a lot of guys, instead of using cardboard for their templates, will actually use mild steel, especially if they're going to expose their templates to heat. I'm going to draw mine on with a Sharpie onto the saw blade, so I won't have any problems with my lines coming off or anything. But that might be something that, and I shifted. That line's not going to come through at all, but okay, so that's super faint. And so I am off on that shape right there. And that shape I spent quite a bit of time trying to come up with how to make it pretty, so that's why I remotely care about it. Alright, there's that one. Let's do the next one. I don't know, I'm trying some new things with the handles here. We'll see. This might end up looking like garbage, but at least now it's going to be a video. So there's that. I don't need to bring you along for cutting it out. You guys know how to use a pair of scissors. I'll bring you back in a minute. Alright guys, so a couple things. Use a good pair of scissors. Makes your life easier. These don't cut for about this far, so it makes it challenging. I use a combination with the box knife to get in there. Features that go, so your cardboard's corrugated, so features that come this way, you can see I lost a lot of support here. So it's not going to matter because I'm going to have to get in there with a lot of details, grinders and files and stuff when I do it. So that's not going to be a huge big deal, but if this were a more important feature, something in your knife that you wanted to follow more closely, you kind of got to use your cardboard smart. But anyway, so there's the cutouts, all cut out. Now we're going to lay them out on this saw blade. Alright guys, you don't need to see a close-up detail, so this should be fine. I think you can see good enough. So I'm just going to trace the cardboard. Dun, 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 dun. There's that one. So you can see I tried to cut close to some other things. I also tried to cut close to the edge. We're going to be using an angle grinder, so basically all this is scrap anyways. It's been used up. We're going to try to get this guy, I don't know, I'm trying to use this, or save as much material as I can, so let's try up in here. Okay, so you got a little nick there, but it might just have to be a little thinner. I think I'm going to live with it, and we're going to clamp those down and get her cut out. Alright guys, hopefully I don't cover you in sparks or too many other things. Here we go. Just remembered I'm wearing a good shirt underneath this hoodie. I'm going to grab my apron real quick. I guess I'm just going to risk it because I'm tired of looking. So, here we go. Alright, found my apron, and here we go back to it. Alright guys, so I gotta make one cut across the back, but it's getting a little late here. Let's see what time it is. It is 10 to 9. So, that means I probably better call this quits for tonight and finish this one up tomorrow. So we'll get this last bit cut out, and I'll get it cut a little closer all with the angle grinder. We'll finish that one out, and that'll be this video. Alright guys, so here we are, a new day, a little brighter out. We're going to keep cutting away. Let's cast in the shadow here, just that. Okay, we're going to keep cutting away. Hopefully we're going to get this all cut out here real quick, and we'll call this one a video, and the next will be rough grind. Let me grab some earplugs and we'll get going.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to punch that. Here we go.
So there's that one. Always the downside with the cutting with the angle grinder. We're going to be a little big. We'll clamp it in the vise and cut this a little closer. But there's that one. I'll cut out the other one real quick and we'll get it a little closer. So one little tip is I pre-score all that so that when I start cutting all the way through, my grinder doesn't want to walk as bad, so I've got a groove to follow. Alright guys, so after all that, we got both of those cut out of the big stock material. We're going to clamp them in the vise, clean this up just a little bit, but a couple safety points. So when I'm cutting in the middle like this, one thing you got to really watch is these discs will tilt on you and shatter, and then really bad things can happen. And the other thing is, I put this leather apron on, which people make fun of me for, but I don't know if you can see this or not. This is actually melted. Zoom you in here. So I'm actually melted my leather. It's warm on my skin underneath actually, but my hoodie is unaffected and my shirt's unaffected. So other than being a little hot, that would be a bad day. So I'm going to clamp these up and take care of a couple of these other things. We're going to call this one done. Alright guys, I have a little dilemma. I got to decide whether it's more important for you to see or for me to see. So I got a line to follow, so I think you can see me good enough and I can see the line good enough. Maybe this is happy medium. I'm going to start off with the cutoff wheel still. I'm going to make a couple cuts here and then we might switch to the angle grind or the grinding disc. So here we go. Oh, to have a hammer handy. What are the chances I don't have a hammer within reaching distance? Okay. There's that one. So before I change the disc, not that it's hard, I just don't want to do it. We're going to cut the other one out a little more. Okay, it's about as close as I'm going to get with that. Just standing there staring. Alright, here we go. So I'm keeping all these little scrap pieces. We're going to use those for heat treats, so they're going in a pile. That's where I should put you, right where the stinking light is. Let's try that. So I'll look in the video. I don't know how long it's been. It's been about 10 minutes at least. The dog is still just standing there. He's right here now. I know he's looking at me, but he's staring at something. We're going to have to go investigate. But quit looking at whatever it was. So, there we go. There's that beast of a cleaver. I like it. So, I don't know, try to see what you can see here. So I've still got Sharpie here and here, and so it's a little bigger than my original drawing, which it's always going to be, but that gives me room to trim it down as I work it out. So there are those two cut out. I don't know of any good way to do this that doesn't, you guys were melting, sorry. That's handy. You guys were melting. So I don't know of any good way to do this that does not create a lot of sparks and a lot of danger. The torch is probably safer than that, but they both work. So whatever you got. There's knife number 1. Turn to the light. So hopefully you all can see that. And there's the cleaver. So hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know what you think in the let me know what you think of the video. Of course, like, comment, and subscribe, and stick around to see how these get finished out.